What's good, all my people? It's your boy Showtime. We right back at it. Make sure I hit the like button. Y'all already know what time it is. So, man, this new report that just came out today, um, it talks about the end of the season rewards and all of that stuff. They got to get the MVP, Rookie of the Year, Defense Player of the Year, all them good things. Most improved. You know, now for the most part, people already know who's probably going to win MVP, Rookie of the Year, um, and most improved in the debate. But here's a shocker right here, y'all. A lot of people believe Asia Wilson is the MVP, but they don't believe she's the rookie. Not, I'm sorry, they don't believe she's the defensive player of the year. They don't believe Asia Wilson is the defensive player of the year. And the new reports that came out suggest that the proof is in the pudding regarding the stats. Now, the advanced stats. Now, when we talk about advanced stats, we're talking about defensive rating. We're talking about defensive win shares, um, plus minus, all of those things. You look at the stats. How did the team look? Will this player on the court, off the court? All this stuff matters. And if you've been following NBA, they do the same thing in the NBA. And a lot of people get pissed off. Rudy Gobert win Defensive Player of the Year, but they always judge that award off of advanced metrics. So when it comes to this argument right here, this race is closer than what most people think. Now, I'm saying, hey, when I watch Asia Wilson play, I think she's the MVP and defense player of the year. But also, Napheesa Collier has a case, y'all. She has a case. Now, if if Asia Wilson not winning MVP unanimous, it's probably because Napheesa Collier got some MVP votes. But as far as the defense player of the year, that's way closer than the MVP race is. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Couple things to break up. Napheesa Collier is number one in defensive rating, 91.4. She's second in defensive win shares, 3.6. And also, you gotta mention this. She is the best defender on the best defensive team in the WNBA. That's the Minnesota Lynx. So when you think about that, she does have a case. Now, here's Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson is second in defensive rate, 92.3, but she's number one in win shares. So what's going to be the difference maker? Because, okay, we look at the basic stacks. Asia Wilson is number one in block shots per game. And I think she got the most block shots, period, total. She's number one in rebounding because Angel Reese got hurt, of course. So, unfortunate with that. Again, number one defensive win shares. And she's third in steals. Now, here's the interesting part right here. Now, these stats right here I got on the screen is very important to look at. Now, this stuff is very important when you talk about rewards. That's how they base all these awards off of advanced stats, are always advanced analytics, all this stuff that's involved in the game. We're going to talk about Beck and Hammond in a second. But Napheesa Collier, these stats, now pay attention. Now, we can look at the offense. This just show you how special Napheesa Collier is. I'm a big fan of both of them. I like both of them. Huge fan. Whoever win. And I believe, but I'm going to talk about who I'm going to go with at the end of the video. But look, Napheesa Collier, 93.6. Now look at these stats. With Minnesota, when Napheesa Collier on the basketball court, 100 possessions, right? When she's on the basketball court, Minnesota, defensive points, 100 possession, 93.6. Now I'm focused on defense. Now you look at the offense, you see the offense, right? I mean, it's a big drop off too, because I mean she's just a great player. Okay, so it's 93.6 when she's on the court. When she's off the court, it's 103.2. Basically, a doggone 10-point difference, basically. So now look at A'ja Wilson. Now they're gonna use this, and now people gonna use they're using this against A'ja Wilson. They say this. Well, A'ja Wilson on the basketball court, Vegas defensively is 100 when she's on the basketball court. When she's off the basketball court, it's pretty much the same, but probably like a tad bit, tad bit worse. Now, I'm gonna tell you why that's very unfair. Because number one, bro, other than Jackie Young and the point guard, Chelsea Gray, man, the rest of them don't really defend like that. Kelsey Plum don't defend. Jackie Young defends. Chelsea Gray defends. Tiffany Hayes defends. Sid, she defends. But like the ones that get big time minutes, Gufferson, she's not a defender. She's a spot-up shooter. Stokes is solid, but they don't have the defenders that Minnesota have. Minnesota, if you look at their team, let's just put it in context, they have better defenders on their team than Vegas do. They have a better defensive coach, in my opinion. And I think she should be coach of the year. I'm talking about Cheryl Reeves than Becky Hammond. And I think, honestly, y'all, I think Vegas have really been bored. I think and I'm not making no excuse for them, but when you win back-to-back championships, you're going to find yourself bored during the regular season. And I think they've really been playing possum for most of the year. And you see these last 5 to 6, 7 games, they've been stepping it up. You know what I'm saying? They've been running teams out the court. So it's not like they just some kind of they're not bums, but they're not as good as they don't have the defensive pieces that Minnesota have. Point blank period. Courtney Williams, they got multiple players on their team that can defend. They play their role. They shoot the ball well. But you gotta give Fee this credit, man. Fee's Collier, one of them. She knows how to play basketball. She can guard multiple positions. She's very smart, very intelligent. She worked hard on her game. She definitely deserved the consideration. So did A'ja Wilson. Now, Becky Hammond is not happy with the fact that this is even a race, even a conversation. She takes a shot at ESPN and other media members for suggesting that this is even a close race. I'll let y'all take a listen.
Carolyn, I have a question for you. Yes. So the other day we're in coaches meeting and ESPN, I know you work with ESPN, even I work with ESPN. And I'm just gonna say this. A'ja Wilson got the MVP stuff right. The defensive player of the year. If you have to, as a journalist or a reporter, have to go down a rabbit hole to find somebody else to be in the conversation, you already have the answer to all your questions. And that's all I'm going to say on that. The last thing I'll say is Sabrina not being on anybody's first team is crazy with the record that they've had. And I know she's not shooting it as well, but she is what makes them go. And so some of that stuff just doesn't make sense. So I'm just wondering, as a reporter, where if you have to like go to like, what was it? What am I don't read them. My assistants told me, I'm like, you just put me in a bad mood. Like, but what was it? Steals ratio or something like that. I'm like, I mean, come on, people.
I think different people look at it different ways. For me, she is my defensive player of the year. A'ja is.
I mean, like I said, if you have to go down a rabbit hole to find stats to put somebody else in the conversation, and this is not anything personal, it's just more about the greatness of Asia Wilson and the season, but I'm feeling a little bit like I did last year on MVP voting, where, you know, like I said it last year, and I'll be right again, which is, if I played her all the minutes, 28 and 13, I was off a little bit, but basically, and I mean, almost 100 blocks in a season. It's unheard of. And I just hope they don't be mad that she came to your circus and figured out how to beat your game that has been beating everybody, took all the toys, and now you say you can't play no more. Cause she just taking all the toys, cause she figured out the trick of the game. So, you know, I don't know where, like I said, if something is obvious and you have to go digging, then I don't think that's the right thing. It's not about who else can we put in a conversation. It's about who is the conversation. So I guess I just disagree. I also agreed with Cheryl Reeves should be coach of the year. I agree. You know, and there's other things I agree with on there, but like, I don't understand that one, other than you're just tired of giving this young woman awards.
Big Hammer ain't see too happy about it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she won't be. I mean, it's a player. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give my prediction, and I'm gonna get up out of here. My prediction is this: Asia Wilson, #1 in rebounds right now. That's injuries got hurt, unfortunately. #1 in blocks. #1 in win shares, right? What else? Asia Wilson is #2 in defensive rating. So it's like, okay, man, that's hard to go against. Then you look at Napheesa Collier, #1 defensive rating, right? #2 in defensive win shares. Minnesota, #1 team in the league. Now the NBA been getting Rudy Gobert. Defense gave 4 defensive player of the years based off the advanced stats, and like for example, Minnesota Timberwolves this past year had the #1 defense in the league, and Rudy Gobert got the benefit of the doubt. This is tough. Asia Wilson, unanimous MVP. I'm going with Asia Wilson. I'm still, and it's close. This one is close. Can't if Napheesa Collier win, I'm not mad at that for sure. But man, Asia Wilson leading the league in blocks and rebounds, and third in steals, #1 in defensive win shares, #2 in defensive rating. Kind of hard to go against that, you know. Now Fee, like I said, she win, but that's my opinion on it, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Get in the comment section, light it up. It's your boy Showtime. I'm out.